Sup guys, my name is Junior Fire, ex-professional boxer, now turned fight analyst. Today we're going to be talking about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is set to fight in a few days against someone. I forgot his name. This guy right here. I think Deontay Wilder is just going to go through this guy and going to remind the people who he is and what he possesses. Of course, what he possesses is a beautiful right hand. A lot of people give Deontay Wilder crap for not being this, not being skillful, and only having the right hand. Hey, it gets the job done, bro. Even though he's not the most skillful guy, even though he's not as fluid as other boxers, what he does well. He's quite limited, but the things he does well. Obviously, he does enough to get the job done. He sets up his opponent somehow and eventually finds that right hand. That happens pretty much all the time. Didn't go too well in his last few fights. So let's talk about his last few fights. We had the defeat against Joseph Parker and the defeat against Zhilei Zhang. So the defeat against Joseph Parker, that fight was set up for him. So we had Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, and we had Anthony Joshua versus Wallen. This was like a double main event. We had Joseph Parker versus Deontay Wilder. Joseph Parker was brought in to lose. I was there for that fight. I was fighting on that card. It didn't go the way I wanted it. Wasn't a great night for me, by the way. I will tell you, the way that they were talking before the fight, the way that Turki Al-Sheikh was talking, in terms of this being the first step to build Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, a fight that we've wanted to see for a long time. This was the first step into making this happen. That didn't go to plan. Joseph Parker had different plans. He spoiled their plans, and now that fight went down the drain. Eventually, it'll possibly happen, hopefully. If things go right with Deontay Wilder, and if things eventually go right with the proceedings of Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, it could be a fight that we could eventually see. But going back into that fight, my thoughts on the fight, I have a more informed idea on Deontay Wilder's last few fights. I was there for Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. I wasn't just there. I was there for Deontay Wilder's camp. So he brought me in as a sparring partner to fight Joseph Parker. I have been brought in to help Deontay Wilder with a few fights. I was there to help with him versus Tyson Fury, and the rematch, and Dominic Brazil, and quite a few fights. He brought me in for the Joseph Parker fight. Since I've done a lot of work with Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker, they thought it was a great idea for me to be in this camp. I was just brought in as a sparring partner. I didn't give any intel on Joseph Parker. That's not my role as a sparring partner. They brought me in for a sparring partner, not to be part of the coaching team. And what I saw from Deontay Wilder, I didn't like. I didn't like the back foot Deontay Wilder. I don't think that style suits him. I think it was just poor planning from the team. I like Deontay Wilder when he plants his feet and he searches for his opponent and he calculates how to land that right hand. That's what we've seen throughout his career. We've seen him give away a few rounds. We've seen him give away a lot of rounds to eventually find a home for that right hand. But what we saw in the Joseph Parker fight, we saw Deontay Wilder go on the back foot straight away. Now, there's a reason why he done this, and that's because he done that on the previous fight against Robert Helenius. So we had Robert Helenius versus Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder knocks him out with a vicious right hand going backwards. Deontay Wilder was in the back foot. Robert Helenius presses forward and he runs straight into a right hand. They loved that version of Deontay Wilder. They kept it for the Joseph Parker fight. It didn't end up well. Hopefully we're going to be seeing Deontay Wilder go back to his old style where he plants his feet and works behind the long jab and works behind his long guard and eventually finds the right hand. Hopefully we see that in this fight. Also, something that I've noticed, I follow Deontay Wilder. I follow Malik Scott. Malik Scott has been Deontay Wilder's coach for a few fights now, And I haven't seen a video of Malik Scott with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is literally fighting in a few days. Does he have a new coach? Is Malik Scott not part of the coaching team now? Some things are starting to make sense, because when you watch the Ariel Helwani and Deontay Wilder interview, he talks about him kind of getting rid of some people in his life. Is Malik Scott one of these people? I don't know. They've got good chemistry. They've got a good friendship. They've got a lot of history. But has something happened? Has something happened with that friendship? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who rocks up with Deontay Wilder on his fight. Is he possibly reverting back to just Jay being his coach? JD's is his coach slash manager slash agent. Jay, by the way, wears a lot of hats. He's like the man of Team Wilder. I've spent a lot of time with him. He's a great person. Jay, shout out to you if you're watching this. You're a great dude. You look after Deontay Wilder. You look after all of us. So is it possibly going to be Jay and could be Cuz Hill that's in his corner? It could be House. So these are all people that I've worked with that are in Deontay Wilder's corner. I could be reading too much into this. Malik Scott could be just maybe opting to not be in this corner for now because it's like a lower class fight. Maybe he's opting to not be there. I don't know. Anyways, where does Deontay Wilder go from here? After he goes through this guy, hopefully, imagine if we saw another upset. Imagine if we saw Deontay Wilder lose again. Wow. That would be crazy. I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see the opposite. I think Deontay Wilder's just going to go through this guy. So after we see this, what's going to happen? Are we possibly going to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder? There hasn't been too much talk on this, but I think this is a fight that we could see. There could be a fight that should have happened a long time ago as well with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte being his mandatory for a very, very long time. He didn't get his shots. We could possibly see that depending on how the Moses Atalma fight goes. I think Atalma goes through him, by the way. But even if Moses Atalma goes through Dillian Whyte, we could still see Deontay Wilder versus Dillian Whyte. I mean, there's still a bit of interest there. I think everyone wants to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. There also could be a chance for Dave Allen versus Deontay Wilder. I think people have shown some interest in that. So there's that. There's Dave Allen. There's Dillian Whyte. There's Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua being the top of the list. That's something that we all want to see. Maybe Ajit Kabayel. That could do. Anyways, there's many ways that Deontay Wilder could go. I'm here for it. I'm here to watch Deontay Wilder's, I would say this is his last couple years in the game. He said he hasn't been thinking about retirement. I beg to differ. You're a bit older now. The mindset surely has changed slightly. I would say he probably has maybe 3-4 fights left. When I was talking to him in one of the camps, he said that he was like 5 fights away from retirement, and that was it. Yeah, he's had like 4 since then. So I don't know where he is mentally, but I wish him all the best. And that's me, guys. See you guys next time.